There's an old mailbox leaning by a gravel road, paint faded white from the summers and the cold. Most folks pass by and never think twice, but that little box held 2 entire lives. She was 17, riding by a bedroom light, talking to the moon on a lonely Friday night. She folded up her worries, sealed them in blue, addressed to the future, not knowing who. 100 miles away, a young boy did the same. Different little town, different family name. He wrote about dreams and places he'd go, and the ache in his heart he couldn't yet know. They never met, they never knew, but somehow every word rang true. Letters from the same address, years apart, different roads, but the very same heart, sending hopes through the wind, through the rain, calling out without knowing a name. Life kept turning every page they wrote, like 2 lost prayers trying to stay afloat. And all those miles between their worlds somehow would lead them to each other here and now. I still remember that Sunday morning sky. Your family stood beneath church bells. Mine came rolling in with dusty boots, different roads, different stories to tell. Your grandmother carried old traditions, passed down through generations of time. My father brought a weathered pocket watch, a symbol of where our roots intertwine. You grew up where every holiday followed rules written long ago. I grew up learning life from hard work on county roads and fields below. Your family spoke of old beginnings, names engraved in family trees. Mine believed a man is measured by the promises he keeps. Some folks wondered how we'd make it, 2 worlds moving side by side. But But every question disappeared the moment I looked into your eyes. We weren't changing who we came from. We weren't leaving yesterday. We were building something stronger, finding our own way. That was the day our last names became one story. Two separate chapters bound forever in glory. Your roots and mine growing from the same ground. Two hearts, one home, one forever found. Every memory behind us, every dream still ahead, became part of one journey. The moment vows were said, that was the day our last names became one story, and forever started writing every page. Your mother cried through every blessing. Mine tried hard to hide his tears, both seeing pieces of themselves, standing there through all those years. Old photographs on separate tables, different faces, different names, yet somehow every generation led us to that place. The food, the songs, the family laughter, old traditions side by side, like rivers joining in the distance, flowing with a single tide. We carried every lesson, every sacrifice they made, and turned them into something that would never fade. That was the day our last names became one story. Two separate chapters bound forever in glory. Your roots and mine growing from the same ground. Two hearts, one home, one forever found. Every memory behind us, every dream still ahead, became part of one journey. The moment vows were said, that was the day our last names became one story, and forever started writing every page. The courthouse clock was striking 10. Rain was falling soft again. That little town looked just the same, but nothing felt like yesterday. Your truck was parked beneath the light, outside that building every night. I never thought we'd find ourselves praying harder than we ever had. The nurses knew me by my name. They'd smile and ask if I'd slept okay. Truth is, I barely closed my eyes. I was scared of what the dawn might bring. The hallway smelled of coffee and hope, and conversations whispered low. I carried pictures from our life, like they could somehow make you strong. I showed you that old county fair, the one where you won me that teddy bear. You couldn't speak much through the pain, but your eyes still smile the same. And every day I made a promise, standing there beneath those lights. No matter what tomorrow held, I wasn't leaving your side. We were holding hands through hospital windows, miles apart though inches away, tracing circles on the cold glass between us, trying to find the words we couldn't say. Fear was knocking hard upon our hearts, but love refused to walk away. Holding hands through hospital windows, believing in brighter days. The radio played our favorite song, the one we'd sung to all summer long. I turned it up inside my truck and let the memories ride shotgun. I remember dancing in the kitchen, barefoot on old wooden floors, laughing when the power failed during that Tennessee storm. The doctor spoke in careful tones, using words I hated hearing. But every time I looked at you, I saw a fighter staring back. Some nights I drive those empty roads, past fields, sleeping in the dark, talking to God in the dashboard lights, trying to quiet my heart. We were holding hands through hospital windows, miles apart though inches away, tracing circles on the cold glass between us, trying to find the words we couldn't say. Fear was knocking hard upon our hearts, but love refused to walk away. Holding hands through hospital windows, believing in brighter days. People think forever is easy when the skies are clear and blue, but forever earns its meaning when the storm comes looking for you. The vows we made back long ago became more than simple words. They became those silent moments when all we had was faith and hurt. We were holding hands through hospital windows, watching hope break through the grave. Every prayer and every heartbeat helping us make it one more day. The fear that every time we pass that building, we squeeze each other's hands and thank the Lord for every mile we still get to share. Because some hearts grow even stronger when the world tries pulling them apart. And that cold glass window taught us love lives deepest in the heart. Holding hands through hospital windows, still holding on. There's a picture on the mantle, faded edges worn by time. You still smile the way you used to, back when your hand fit into mine. The old clock hums across the hallway, like it's counting what remains. And every evening I sit beside you, learning how to love through change. You ask me who that young man is, standing there in black and white. I tell you that's the boy who met you on a summer county fair night. You laugh and say he looks familiar, like a dream you've almost known. Then you lean your head upon my shoulder, somehow I don't feel alone. Some memories drift like autumn leaves, some disappear like rain. But love finds ways to stay alive, even when names can't remain. 'Cause she remembered the lyrics I forgot, back when life was moving fast. She knew every word to our favorite song, and every chapter of our past. Now I'm singing both our parts, holding stories in my heart. And when her eyes can't find my face, I still see every trace of the girl who taught me how to love, the woman heaven sent. And even if her memories go, our love remembers what they meant. There's a diner down on Main Street where we dance beside the jukebox light. You don't recall the place much lately, but I take you there some Friday nights. We watch the couple slowly turning to a song we used to know, and for a second I can see it, a spark from years ago. Whispers softly, have we been here, like a secret on the wind. And I say, darling, more than once, then I hold your hand again. Every road we've ever traveled still lives somewhere deep inside, though the map is growing faded. She remembered the lyrics I forgot, back when life was moving fast. She knew every word to our favorite song, and every every chapter of our past. Now I'm carrying those melodies like treasures in the dark, keeping every promise safe inside this aging heart. And if tomorrow brings another name you cannot recognize, I'll still be the man who loves you when I look into your eyes. One winter morning by the window, snow was falling soft and slow. I started humming our old love song, not expecting you to know. Then your voice joined mine so gently, every word was crystal clear. For a moment time surrendered, and you were completely here. We sang until the silence found us, then the memory slipped away. But that single verse still keeps me warm on the coldest days. 'Cause she remembered the lyrics I forgot, though the years have taken much, and the world keeps turning pages beyond our reach and touch. Still I carry every story, every laugh and every tear, every road and every sunrise from all our precious years. And if one day you forget my name or the life we've traveled through, I'll remember enough for both of us. That's what faithful hearts will do. The picture's still there on the mantle, the old clock still keeps time, and every night I tell our story until it's yours again and mine and mine. There wasn't a church bell ringing, no crowd filling up the pews, no camera flash, no preacher's words, no fancy leather shoes. Just an old dirt road at sunset, and the sky turning amber gold. Two hearts standing in the silence, with a story still untold. You were wearing that faded denim, the one I always loved. Your hair kept dancing in the breeze, like it was sent from up above. The wheat fields bowed around us as the evening settled in, and every mile we traveled led us to that moment then. I reached into my jacket, pulled out a simple ring. You smiled before I said a word, like you already knew everything. No choir sang behind us, no audience looked on, but somehow in that quiet place it felt bigger than the world. The only just your hand inside my hand, and forever in our eyes. The whole world never knew what heaven looked like then. The only witness was the wind. Years rolled by like river water, fast and slow somehow. Life put silver in our hair and little lines around us now. There were bills stacked on the counter and storms we couldn't tame, but every time the rain came down, we held on just the same. Some nights we'd sit on that old porch, watching daylight disappear, and I'd see that same young woman that was standing with me there. Time changed almost everything, the roads, the town, the view, but one thing never wandered far, my heart still ran to you. The only witness was the wind, moving through the trees, listening to two stubborn hearts speak their destinies. No crowd to cheer the moment, no history books to print, but every year that followed proved exactly what it meant. The whole world never knew what heaven looked like then. The only witness was the wind. Now the porch is standing empty, and your rocking chair won't move. I still hear your laughter floating through the shadows of this room. Sometimes when the evening settles and the fields begin to bend, I close my eyes and swear I hear that old breeze again. And for a second you're beside me, just like you were back then. The only witness was the wind on that long forgotten day, when two ordinary people gave their hearts away. No headlines ever told it, no monuments remain, but every gust that finds my face whispers your sweet name. And when my time is over and my journey finally ends, maybe I'll find you waiting where the earth meets heaven's rim, and standing there beside us like it has always been. The only witness was the wind. The road is growing quiet, the sun is sinking low, but somewhere in that prairie breeze, our promise still blows.
There's an old gas station on the edge of Miller Road.
where we used to park that Chevy and dream about growing old. Back when forever sounded easy, back when hearts were young and brave, before life taught us lessons neither one of us could save. The county fair still lights up every summer just the same, but every shining memory always whispered your name. I remember that October when the leaves began to fall. You were standing by the mailbox as the evening shadows crawled. We were two stubborn believers, trying hard to win instead of fighting for each other. We fought our pride instead. And somewhere in that silence, we became strangers overnight. Two broken souls pretending that goodbye would feel alright. But every road I traveled, every town I passed on through, only taught me one hard lesson: there was no world without you. We built forever out of second chances, out of tears and sleepless nights, out of lessons learned the hard way, under lonely dashboard lights. We broke apart like old glass falling, thought the pieces couldn't mend, but love was waiting in the wreckage, patient as it's always been. Yeah, some hearts find forever quickly, some need storms to see the truth. We built forever out of second chances, and I rebuilt mine with you. I spent years chasing horizons, trying to outrun the pain. Every sunrise felt unfinished, every victory felt strange. Then one Sunday after Christmas, in our little hometown church, I saw you sitting near the window, and my whole world started turning. You looked older, I looked tired, life had left its fingerprints. But somehow through the passing years, the feeling never left. And when our eyes finally met, neither one of us could hide all the roads that led us back to the love we left behind. No fireworks, no grand parade, no movie scene or grand display, just two hearts finally admitting what they'd known along the way. We built forever out of second chances, out of tears and sleepless nights, out of lessons learned the hard way, under lonely dashboard lights. We broke apart like old glass falling, thought the pieces couldn't mend, but love was waiting in the wreckage, truth. We built forever out of second chances, and I rebuilt mine with you. There's an old coffee cup still sitting by the window pane. The morning sun hits it just right and somehow whispers your name. The house ain't changed much lately, the porch light still burns low, but every corner holds a memory of a love I still call home. I hear your laughter in the hallway, like a ghost the heart creates. Not the kind that brings me sorrow, but the kind that helps me wait. Your jacket hangs beside the doorway, though you took the road last spring. Funny how an empty hanger can still make a whole room sing. Every mile between us feels both heavy and light, 'cause you're gone from my hands, but never from my life. Sometimes I close my eyes and the distance disappears, like your voice found a way to travel through the years. I hear your voice in every room I enter, in every silence after midnight falls, in the kitchen where we dance barefoot together, in the shadows moving softly down the hall. Life may have pulled us down different highways, but your love still lives inside these walls. And no matter where this old road takes me, I hear your voice in every room at all. The diner down on Main Street still serves coffee way too strong, and old folks talk about the weather like nothing's ever moved along. But I see you in the little things, the way the church bell rings at noon, the radio playing old love songs under a Tennessee moon. I've learned that missing someone ain't always made of pain. Sometimes it's finding pieces of them in every ordinary day. The world keeps turning slowly, seasons come and go, but somehow your memory blooms wherever my heart goes. I hear your voice in every room I enter, in every silence after midnight falls, in the kitchen where we danced barefoot together, in the shadows moving softly down the hall. Life may have pulled us down different highways, but your love still lives inside these walls. And no matter where this old road takes me, I hear your voice in every room at all. Maybe love was never meant distance, time and space. Maybe that's why when I whisper to the stars above tonight, I can almost hear you answer, like you're standing by my side. And for a moment, you are. I hear your voice in every room I enter, every doorway, every photograph, every dream that keeps on shining through the pieces of our past. And though these roads keep stretching farther, and neither one of us could know, you're the melody that follows me everywhere I go. So I'll leave the porch light burning like I always used to do, not because I'm waiting, but because a part of you still walks these rooms with me, and always will. And always will.
There's an old white house at the end of Maple Lane, paint faded by the summers, washed by years of rain. A porch swing still hanging by a rusted iron chain, and every board beneath our feet still remembers our names. We were barely 20, full of reckless dreams, living off hope and coffee and hand-stitched plans and schemes. You danced barefoot in the kitchen to a radio playing low, while I learned that home wasn't a place, it was wherever you would go. Those walls heard every promise, every laugh and every fight, watched us learn what love became, one ordinary day at a time. That house knew every version of us, the young hearts chasing stars above, the scared souls learning how to trust, the dreamers building life from dust. Every picture on every wall, every crack along the floor carries pieces of our story and what we were before. That house knew every version of us and somehow loved us all. Came little footsteps and toys across the hall, school photos on the staircase, growth marks on the wall. The years move like a river, some fast and some too slow, trading midnight kisses for bills and work and growing old. But every Sunday morning sunlight filled the room, and somehow all the chaos still felt like love in bloom. Those walls held silent prayers through the hard and uncertain days, and celebrated victories in their own quiet way. That house knew
and still holding on. Every season left a memory, every doorway tells a tale of all the storms we weathered and all the times we prevailed. That house knew every version of us and never once let go.
Now the rooms are a little quieter. The children have their own lives now. The porch swing still keeps moving, though I don't know exactly how. You sit beside me smiling, silver shining through your hair, and I see every girl you've been, still living somewhere there. The first one that stole my heart, and every version after that.
That house knew every version of us, from first hello to growing old, through every dream we chased together and every hand we chose to hold. If these old walls could talk tonight, I know exactly what they'd say. Love was never in the house. The house was built by the love we made. That house knew every version of us,
Every laugh, every tear, every year. And after all this time, I'd choose them all again. If this song touched your heart and brought back a special memory, I'd like to ask you for a small favor. We're only 1,000 friends away from growing this country family a little bigger. So subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me what story you'd like to hear turned into a song. It could be about love, heartbreak, or a road life once led you down. I read every message with gratitude, and I'll do my best to turn your idea into a brand new country song. Thank you for listening all the way through, for being part of this journey, and for keeping the spirit of country music alive.
every story has a song, every friend belongs. Let's keep singing together down this old country road.